come in Italy. It's 5 to 6. Good audio. The problem is the QR mary that we have. The name is Justin, QTH, Pescara. Pescara in the middle part of Italy on the Adriatic coast. Over.
Could you repeat the location one more time, the QTH one more time?
Yes, the QTH is Pescara, like Papa Echo Sierra, Charlie Alpha Radio Alpha. Pescara in the middle part of Italy on the Adriatic coast. Over.
Roger, Roger, copied Central Italy area. I'll have to look that up on the map and see where you are.
Yeah, thank you. Very easy to find. I have a little recording of you. Stand by.
Roger, Roger, copy Central Italy. Always funny to hear yourself, for sure. Appreciate the contact, Justin. Just come back with your call one time. I didn't get it, so I can get it in the log.
So that was Justin I just talked to in Pescara, Italy, Central Italy area. After I got done talking with him, he chatted with a guy in North Carolina, then a guy in Ohio. The North Carolina station was a little weak here. The Ohio station was pounding in here. Yeah, that's how HF works. Another reason ham operators have great success in communicating is we have these shortwave bands that can get us around our home states, around our regions, around our country, and around the world without relying on repeaters, internet, telephone lines. We don't need anything like that. We just need a power source, whether it be a battery, generator, whatever it takes to power the radio, maybe an antenna tuner, and an antenna, and that's it. Another thing that gives us success that public safety entities don't have the luxury of is we are not channelized in our bands like they are. In this 20-meter band, these are not channels, these are just frequencies. There's a lot of room in here to play around. And this is the way it is in all of the bands. You know, and just keep going down and down and down and down and down all the way to the bottom of the band eventually. You can put a lot of radio stations in this one band. Same thing up on 2 meters, same thing down on 40 and 80. We're not stuck with, well, you've got 2 channels to work with, and now you've got 40 cops and 20 ambulances and 14 fire trucks all trying to fight over it. And then it crashes. So if you're wondering what the big, huge ham radio antenna is that I just used to talk to Italy with, this is it. Piece of wire, literally. That black speck in the center of the screen is just an insulator. To the left is a string running down to some trees. Piece of wire runs up. That side arm sticking off the tower. That's the feed point for the antenna. Then it comes right down. And there's the other end. There's the insulator. And then string running off to the right. That little dinky piece of wire all the way to Italy with 100 watts of power. So in the public safety world, you have radio equipment like this. Granted, this is old. It's good radio. I mean, you can't kill these old 1225s. But in public safety, you're assigned certain frequencies. So a police department, a fire department, an ambulance, a county, a state, whatever they're using, they are assigned and licensed particular frequencies, and that's what they have. Their radios are channelized. So they have to be programmed by a dealer, and that's what you have. So in this radio, we have repeated frequencies. You start losing these repeaters, or you lose your dispatch center, you're gonna have a hard time talking with anybody. You might have some talk arounds, which are simplex. So if your repeater crashes, maybe you can talk direct, maybe. If you're in range, maybe not. But you're stuck with what you got. And if you're in a populated place, that's why your systems get overloaded during disasters. When you only have a few frequencies at your disposal, it jams it up real quick. You have no room to breathe and spread things out. Then when the system crashes, you have no backups. This is one old VHF analog radio that I have. The Radio Shack kind of tells you how long this thing has been around. It's had to be patched up a little bit, but it still works. We have memory channels, so we can put in memory channels to save our frequencies, whatever we want. This thing holds like 30 or some crap like that. Yeah, this one will hold 30 of them. These are blanks, but I can go here and I can do anything I want within that 2 meter band of 4 megahertz. I can put in my frequencies, I can put in my PL tones, I can do everything right here on this radio that I need to do and then save it to a memory. So that's another advantage ham operators have, is we can program our stuff on the fly. If for some reason we start losing repeaters and the 2 or 3 simplex frequencies that are designated for EMA use become jammed up and you need more simplex frequencies, just start grabbing them and assigning them. Anybody that has a real ham radio can just go to their what's called the VFO, punch in whatever frequency they want. Most radios have a keypad. Looks just like a telephone, so I can punch in like 145.560. If I have to, we could use that as a simplex. There it is. Well, we need more room to move around. Well, I'm going to put somebody down here. Oh, well, it's hitting the repeater negative, so that's a repeater frequency. Well, we can go to 5.1. You can jam some people down there if you need to. That's just how easy we can spread ourselves out if we absolutely need to. You can't get away with that in the public safety field.
Used to like nap time, so wish I could get one now.
Yeah, don't we all? Well, this is an old radio scrap HTX 212 that I had kicking around and trying it out. How does it sound?
White noise coming in behind you as you're speaking. I can make you out, but it's a little scratchy.
Yeah, I've got a little noise on the repeater too. This antenna is not the highest, and I am going right through the mountain. I just kicked the power up. How's that?
That's a whole lot better.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got about an S9 coming back on it. But yeah, it's like right behind the mountain from the house here. So, what are you up to today? Another tool that we have at our disposal is DMR, Digital Mobile Radio. This radio will do analog, just like the other one I showed you, and it also does DMR digital. So you can do digital simplex, which is radio to radio. We have digital repeaters, which are networked. The downfall to those, for the most part, they're linked via internet. So you lose internet, you lose infrastructure, you lose your connections. The repeaters will still work as standalone repeaters. So, like this one here, you can jump over to your local site, use the repeater just like an analog repeater. These are called talk groups. So we have like a Region North talk group, New Hampshire statewide, New England TAC 1, TAC 2, got a New England wide, a Northeast talk, North America, a couple of TACs, Sky Warn for weather type emergencies. Then I have a worldwide. There are more talk groups that I don't have programmed in here because I don't use them. So all those talk groups are on the same repeater. So I could be having a chat with somebody on this worldwide one, and somebody listening to the same repeater on a different talk group, like the Region North, is not going to hear me. You have to be on the same talk group. So another cool thing is I can be on any one of these basically. So we'll say go on to any talk. I can be on a repeater here and any other repeater in another state that has that talk group. I can communicate. That's how this system works. I've talked to guys in New Hampshire and Vermont on that before. New England wide, that reaches a little bit further down. Same with the TAC 2, TAC 1. Region North is a little higher. I'm not sure if Connecticut's on Region North, but I think Connecticut's on New England wide. So it's a pretty cool system, but it is prone to failure. It can break. But when it works, normally, it's pretty friggin' cool.
Yeah, up there, I don't expect to see much at all. Looking at the models that are coming through, it doesn't look like you get much. You could have, if you're on HF, you probably could have heard me on the moose and squirrel net, because we're on that quite a bit.
So you just saw that I had that chat on DMR with K1CYJ down in Connecticut. That's what I was using for an antenna right there, which is just mounted on my roof. It's only about 30 feet off the ground. And there's the antenna. The repeater I was using is about 14 miles away, I think, via line of sight. So it's cheating a little bit using DMR, but like I said, when the system works, it's pretty cool. Do we need big antennas to talk? Nope. This antenna on my vehicle is only a couple of feet tall, several years old. It's a VHF, UHF antenna, so I can use it on both bands. I can sit in my driveway, I can travel around my area, get into a DMR repeater, get into analog repeaters, and reach out and touch somebody.